Hey, you guys. So, first of all, let me tell you something as I get into the show. Baby, why I did the whole show, I recorded my very first show and the mic was not even connected. Well, it was on, but I had the child. Boo boo. Okay, but look, real quick. I'm going to put my microphone right here, but I feel like I need to tell y'all that because I be seeing people do this a lot of times and it be looking real weird. So, I'm putting it there. I know y'all gonna see it, but I'm putting it there because I don't want to hold it. Okay. Um. So let me go ahead and put this on here. Lord, I hope that the audio is working. But this is my very first shooting of my new weekly show, and I don't know what I want to call it. So while you guys are listening to it, what I want you guys to do is do me a favor and leave a comment below on ideas that you think the show should be. And, be nice. Okay. These social media streets, honey, people will be so mean, but that's okay. It is what it is. Well, listen, so anyways, in this show, I'm going to tell you the 4 different topics that we'll discuss every single week, and that can maybe help you get an idea. And also do me a favor, while you're here, please give this a thumbs up as well as subscribe to the channel, and please leave your comments as well. Okay, so there's going to be 4 different topics. Number 1 is I'm going to talk to you guys about my year-long vacation and the journeys that I go on. Number 2, I'm going to give you guys a business tip of the week, okay? Number 3, I'm going to let y'all get up in my business by asking me any question. So it could be a question on anything, business related, relationship related, wellness related, spiritual related. I don't care. Listen, I'm going to talk about it all. So, and if y'all follow me, if you've been following me, I don't have a problem with it. So you can ask me questions as long as you keep it PG, okay? And then number 4, I'm going to talk about something that is viral going on in the world of social media, and all that stuff, okay? So y'all ready? Y'all ready? Let's get into this. So first segment is my year-long vacation. Okay, y'all. I want to go ahead and talk to you guys about what I'm doing, right? I made a decision after I met a guy. So we kind of knew each other already, but we started talking. And he was telling me about like having conversations, and he was telling me about the nomadic lifestyle. And it sounded like when I heard him tell me about this nomadic lifestyle, even though I've heard people, it's like I never personally had met anyone who was living a lifestyle like that. And while he somewhat is a nomad, he not fully a nomad, even though he will try to tell you he is, child. That's a whole other conversation. It sounded like something I wanted to do. And I'm going to tell you why. Because in my mind, I felt like I was already kind of doing it. Like I'm a speaker, I'm a coach, I'm always traveling. Spending thousands of dollars for rent, thousands of dollars for my office. And on average, I was probably in the office for like 2 weeks every single month. And then on top of that, with the other weeks that I'm traveling, I got to pay for travel. I got to pay for hotel. I got to pay for. So it was an expensive lifestyle. Does that make sense? And I always would feel empty every time I would come home. Like I come home and be in my apartment or go to my office. And while I paid all this money to have it decorated, which I loved my space and I loved my decoration, I had invested in all new furniture for my apartment. I got rid of all the old and got new. I would still feel like I feel more excited when I'm on the road. Like I enjoy my life more when I'm traveling. And so with him telling me that, it was kind of like, how sometimes it'll be a person that'll give you just enough inspiration where you're like, you know what? I'm about to try this. And so I got inspired. And so my lease was coming up. Actually, it had already expired. And I had re-signed the lease, but I emailed them and I said, can I cancel? And they said, you got 2 months. So I stayed for 2 months. And it's funny because as soon as I made a decision that I was going to cancel, those next 2 months became some of the craziest months for me. I dealt with so much anxiety, so much stress. My friend, I was probably getting on his nerves. Like I became extremely emotional because there were so many things that I had to do, from now getting rid of all of my furniture, making a decision to adopt my baby, my dog Crown, who I've been with for 10 years. That was one of the most difficult decisions ever because he's been in my life for like 10 years. And there was reasons why, but mostly because he's getting older. I don't want to put that much strain on him. Even when I would be working, like sometimes I would be at the office for hours. And even though it was dog friendly, the office, like having him at the office was not productive because he would like, y'all, he like worse than a child because he ready to go after an hour. He going crazy when somebody knock on the door, barking at everybody. It was just a lot. And so it was all these things that were taking place in such a short period of time. And at the same time, you know, this guy was somebody that I was actually even pursuing to date. And so I was like an emotional wreck, to be quite honest. At the same time, I'm also building a business. I hired on new staff members. I had a conference that was taking place. My car, oh y'all, it was so much happening. I was driving, transporting all my award. That's another story too. I'm going to tell y'all in another video. But I got into a wreck at 1 a.m. Y'all, it was so much. It was like stack, 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 stack. How much more can you take? And I was over it. And so in these few months, when I made this decision, it was like everything hit the fan, all the boo. And so for some people, they may say, well, maybe this is a sign that I shouldn't do it. But I'm just a big believer that when you are faced with adversity, that is not the time to give up. Sometimes you might have to readjust. There's going to be certain things and decisions that you have to make, but you don't give up on what you have set to do. And so I got focused, and it wasn't until like my last day in the apartment when I was cleaning everything out, and it still hasn't been perfect, y'all, that I started to feel a little bit more confident. And then I got on the road and I felt a little bit more confident. Then I stayed in Atlanta for 2 weeks, which, by the way, I've lived in Atlanta for 10 years, so that was nothing new. But as I've progressed forward, I've gotten a little bit better, and I'm feeling so excited. So I can't wait to share this journey, this year-long journey with you guys, where I'm just going to be going where I go. I'm not looking to move anywhere, because everybody like, you should go stay here, stay there. Child, I ain't trying to do all that. I'm just trying to take trips everywhere, like a year-long vacation. And I have to still stay very close to the U.S., or at least somewhere that's going to have some decent internet, which, by the way, I've invested in all these different types of internets because I still have a business to run. I'm not abandoning my business. My business, actually, I am a big believer that this will be the biggest year that we've ever had, simply put. So that's an intro to my year-long vacation. And every single week, I'm going to give you some more information on what I've gone through, what I've been doing, and all that good stuff. Okay? All right. So that's the first segment, darling. So let's get into segment number 2. And that is my business tip of the week. So I want to get into, first of all, what I do specifically is I work with speakers and coaches. Those who are speakers and coaches or wish to be speakers and coaches and want to make money. Can I get real transparent here, y'all? It's a lot of speakers and coaches out here in the world, but less than 20% of them actually make any major income. And what I mean by major is over $10,000 a month. All right. In fact, majority of the people that you might see do not make a massive income. And pay attention. How long have they been in that specific space for that amount of time? I see a lot of people come and they go. They come and they go. Or every single year they're switching up on a new topic. Well, I've been teaching and talking and coaching and speaking about the same thing for almost 10 years now. I have not shifted it up. It has been the same thing. And the reason why I've been able to do it for 10 years is because I've been able to have success. Not only have I been able to have success, but I have clients who are having success. It's very easy, though, in this social media world to get distracted. And that is probably my biggest challenge as a coach, to keep our Book Profits Club members focused. Now, Book Profits Club. Okay, I thought you worked with speakers and coaches. Yes. The reason I created the Book Profits Club is because, number one, a large majority of people that I come across, especially speakers and coaches, either want to be an author or they are an author. And one of the biggest misconceptions that I see from many authors, they say, Taria, I'm going to write this book and then I'm going to get rich, or I'm going to become an Amazon top seller and I'm going to get rich and I'm going to do all of these things. And oh my goodness, a book, guys, is not the end all be all. And so my goal is to show authors who are speakers and coaches, or future authors, because if you are a speaker and a coach, you definitely need to have a book, but to show you how to leverage your book to build multiple streams. Well, today I'm not going to get into the book marketing or book business tips and books today. I'm going to talk about something that pretty much every single one of us is on. If you're watching this, you're on it. It's called social media. So when it comes to social media, I believe that there are 3 major things that people are looking for when they're going to social media. okay? The first thing that people are looking for is entertainment. Can I be transparent, y'all? Some of my, I don't want to use the word viral, but some of my more visual or biggest seen posts are the ones that are entertaining. In fact, I'll give you an example. A couple of days ago, I posted something on my Instagram that was like this prank video where they had strung a little clear string to these baby dolls, and somebody would be sitting, you know, on their couch or whatever, and the baby doll would be sitting there and somebody would pull the baby doll. And so now that people think the baby doll is possessed, it's really funny, okay? And so I posted that video, and then right at the end of the video, I said, by the way, I'm a business coach, I did like an intro, and if you would like to get access to my free masterclass, comment masterclass. Y'all, I have gotten more leads than I could have imagined by literally posting that video. Why? Because people love to be entertained. Like, people watch the whole video. It is so funny. And because people watch the whole video, then what social media does is it continues to push it out in front of more people. And then the more people that see it, in fact, when I go back and look at the insights of the video, it's more people who have liked the video who are not following me. So this means this video that has now had thousands and thousands of views is being shared to people who are not even following me. But see, when we post a lot of the stuff we want to post, the social media platforms don't see it as something that everybody is liking or viewing or commenting, so they don't share it out. And so I like to share entertaining stuff. And on top of entertaining, it could also be inspiring. You might see a quote that a lot of people are commenting on another person's profile. Well, don't be afraid to repost it. And by all means, y'all, the shadiness of it all. I had put up a post the other day, right, on Instagram, and this chick that I follow and follows me gonna then post on her timeline talking about I saw somebody post, and I commented because what we're not gonna do, like, don't do that. Didn't even tag me, and it was one of my original posts, and I was like, somebody is me. Like, don't do that, y'all. Do not be afraid to give credit where credit is due. Like, y'all, come on. Like, people appreciate seeing someone who is willing to do that. And so if you see a post that is going viral on somebody else's post and you repost it, don't be afraid to give them credit. Every single time I've done that, y'all, it still has gone viral. You know, viral in my eyes, right? And so people want to be entertained. People want to be inspired. So remember that. Like, if I go to your profile right now, are you just posting a whole lot of flyers? Are you just posting a whole lot of just business stuff? Or are you remembering that people are on social media to be entertained? The second tip that I want to give you when it comes to social media is remember that your social media is for telling, not selling. Baby, so in Book Profits Club, we teach our clients or our BPC family to have 4 items. You're going to have a free item, your book, which is not where the end all be all. This is not where you make your money. In fact, the money that you make from your book is what you're supposed to use for your business, to grow your business, okay? Then you have what we call a core item, which is like a middle priced, and then your premium, okay? So you have your high ticket, okay? Now, with that stated, it's funny too, because I was just listening to a gentleman who teaches businesses how to scale to 8 figures. And I swear he was listening to me, even though we haven't gotten to 8 figures yet. We have done over, never mind, I ain't gonna tell y'all how much have we done. But I don't need nobody all up in my business, unless y'all did ask the question, right? But I was like, okay, see, I know what I be talking about. I know what I be talking about. But anyway, so we have the 4 items. You will very rarely ever see me promoting my core product or premium product on my social media. Because I understand that people do not want to be sold on social media. Like, okay, yeah, I know they do buy stuff on social media, but it's got to be something that connects with them, right? Does that make sense? And so if you're talking about a product that's over $100, $200, in many cases, especially if it's you are the brand, you are the coach, you are the speaker, what you want to do is take that person from your social media profile and add them to your CRM, your database. That means collecting emails and phone numbers and whatever information that you can collect from people. And so on my social media, I remember that people don't want to be sold, they like to be told, right? So I use my social media for telling. So every week you might see me giving tips, value, information in alignment with the audience that I am serving, right? How I plan to transform life. So I'm going to give value. One of the things we teach our Book Profits Club family is once a week, do a live broadcast, or, if you can, I prefer live, but record yourself reading an excerpt from your book and then elaborate on it. Guys, your social media, you should be giving value. That's why people are going to follow you, okay? Well, there's a couple of reasons why people choose to follow people. Number one, they like to be entertained. Number two, because you are teaching them how to do something that they want to learn how to do. And then the third tip for social media is the third reason why they follow you is because they like your life. And I'll be honest, they love your lifestyle. Some of you guys, y'all got a husband and a wife, don't never post them. Do you know how many people? Like how much trust you can gain by simply sharing the times when you're spending with your significant other? People love stuff like that. Your children, I don't want to post my kids on social media. You talk about adult kids that they got their own social media. Like, come on, y'all. Like, for real, this is social. We live in the age of social media. Everybody is online. Everybody can find it. Like, we've got to understand that if we're going to separate ourselves from the other people who are doing exactly what we're doing or something similar, they need to feel like they can connect to us. I had a dog. Crown. I would post Crown all the time, right? People fell in love with Crown. By the way, it would be funny. I'd be at conferences and people would be like, so where's Crown at? Not here, right? He's at the house or he's with his sitter. But people feel like they can relate to you. I'm not telling you that you got to go out and post every aspect of your life. But if I go to your profile and all I see is flyer, 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 promotion, 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 tip, 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 and it don't look like you have no life, I am not entertained, right? I'm also not entertained. I'm not excited to want to be you. And a lot of times, your ideal client is going to be someone who has a very similar background to you, right? And so they're looking at your life and they're saying, oh, I love the way that this person lives. I want to buy their product. Oh, I love the way this person is hanging out and enjoying life. I want their services. You've got to remember that people are looking for someone that they can look up to. And yes, your lifestyle has a lot to do with it. And so do not be afraid to share certain aspects. If I'm out hanging out and dancing and stuff, because I love to dance, hey, let me record a video. Even though I hate to have to do these things, but that's what social media is for. So number one, entertained or inspired. Number two, telling and not selling. And number three, like, is your life interesting? If not, then make it interesting and post it, okay? All right, so that is the business tip of the week. Okay, y'all, so now I want to go ahead and let y'all get up in my business. So I want to answer the question from Regina Martin. And so Regina says, how long did it take for you to get consistency in your business? Okay, now let me just tell y'all, you do not only have to ask me questions about business, you can ask me questions about my personal life if you wish. I don't care. As long as it's PG, I'll answer. You want to ask me questions about my spirituality, whatever, I don't care, y'all. If y'all follow me long enough, y'all know I'm going to talk about it, right? So, but I do want to answer. I think this is a great question. Regina, if I could be honest, I'm not the most consistent. Like, I'm not perfect, if I can say. Like, I'm not a robot. I am a human. And then the reason why I'm sharing that is because, first of all, I want every single person that's watching this video that is maybe tearing themselves down because you said you was going to hit this goal, you said you was going to do something and you're not doing it, or you haven't started. Like, give yourself a little grace. Ain't none of us going to be perfect. But one of the things that I do that helps me to be consistent, whether it's a goal of business, finance, whether it's a goal of even just like personal stuff like fitness, I make sure to not focus on what I see only with my physical eye. Your physical eye can be very deceiving. In fact, I always like to say that where you are today in your life, whether it's in your business, your career, your finances, your relationships, is all based on who you were 90 days ago. So the person that you are today is not directly connected to your circumstances that you're in today. You have to believe this. Because if you don't change who you are today, your circumstances 90 days from now will not change as well. So one of the things that I do is I visually focus where I'm going. Now, this may sound crazy, but like, I have pictures of how I want my body to look. I have pictures of me, I might even be as far as to say, I might put a collage up of people that I would like in my life whether they're people of business or someone that in a spiritual space. But, I put those images and then I might put my picture there and visualize it. I don't know if you've ever read the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Well, Napoleon Hill, they also thought he was cuckoo for the Cocoa Puffs, right? Because Napoleon Hill would do what he called round table discussions. And in these round tables, he would have a table where it would literally just be him, and he would pretend or visualize the people that he would want to be sitting at his elite table of all tables and have conversations with them. Now, I know that might be a whole nother level, but how many of us are really visualizing where we wish to be? The reason why the book has not gotten done yet is because you haven't taken the time to visualize somebody walking up to you and telling you that your book changed their life. The reason why you haven't finally launched that product is because you're not thinking about the hundreds of people who are going to say, because of this product, this is now happening in my life. If I ever have a challenge with staying consistent, I pay attention to what am I visualizing. And yes, I make it a real activity. If I don't have motivation, I will literally stop and close my eyes and visualize as a result of me getting this done, as a result of this happening, as a result of me doing this, this is what I now see. We do not see in words. We do not see in black and white. We only see in pictures. So if you're having difficulty with your actions, you must pay attention to what it is that you are visualizing. Also, let me just tell you this. The more that you visualize the end in mind, the more it will become your truth, because you're programming your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind does not have the ability to know if you are right or if you are wrong. It just is. And so if I am constantly looking through my physical eye and allowing what I see with my physical eye to affect me, I'm not going to want to do any work. I'm not going to want to take any action. But if I'm visualizing me on the stage in front of thousands and thousands of people, if I'm visualizing sitting on a podcast where this has been a dream podcast of mine, if I'm visualizing having the man of my dreams that is just everything that I have desired, I will start doing the right activities and staying consistent with that end in mind. So hopefully that has helped you. And if it has, y'all, give me a thumbs up. All right. All right. So number 4, the viral moment that I want to talk about is, all right. So number 4, what's viral today? So by now, everybody has heard about the whole Reesa Teesa situation that took place on social media, where she she did a whole talk on her story of who the F did I marry, right? Well, anyways, it has become viral. In fact, I think they said her posts, her 51 series has over 400 million views. And then I know people have taken it, put it together, and they have been able to eat off of that right on YouTube, right? And it's become viral. Well, I don't really have any commentary on the whole situation because that ain't my business, okay? Her business is not my business, but this is what I do want to say. As a woman who has shared aspects of my life and put it out there on social media, I just want to tell people to be very careful. Listen, I understand she put her whole business, and now I'm seeing people duplicate it. Put all her business out there, and now she's signed to a talent agency. She's been on many platforms and interviewed and all types of stuff. But along with you putting your business out there also comes scrutiny. With me getting up here and telling y'all my business, I get judged. It comes with judgment. It comes with opinions. She even shared how, some people that were giving commentary on the situation were saying things that maybe weren't so pleasant, weren't so nice, and how it hurt her feelings. And so I want to share with you guys, for anybody that wants to duplicate that, maybe you look and so I want to share with anybody that maybe is looking at that and they're like, man, I want to be able to have that type of result. You must also know that with anything good, there's also an opposite situation. The thing up, there's also downs. With positive, there's also negative. If you are okay with being judged, if you are okay with people saying that you don't look a certain way that they think you should look, if you are okay with people giving you their opinion And, I've even had people where they sometimes feel, oh, I feel so sorry for you, because I'll put certain aspects. And a lot of the times when I put certain parts of my life out, I'm typically sharing that information because it is something that I've gone through. And yes, sometimes I get emotional because I just think about the journey, and I think about the fact that I know that there's other brothers and sisters who are going through that journey. And sometimes I can get emotional, but I never put anything out because I want people to pity me. But unfortunately, when you do put your business out there, guess what happens? You're gonna have it. It's gonna be people that think that they can give you advice and that you're seeking help and all types of stuff. And for some people, maybe they are. But I just want to put a warning out there. Well, her sharing her truth has definitely resulted in some amazing things. That is not always going to be the case for everybody. So, with that situation, I just want to give a warning. Be careful how much of what you will tell on social media, because it does stay up there forever. All right, y'all. Well, listen, that's my show. What did you think? Leave a comment. And don't forget to also ask me your questions, whatever question, and I'll pick a question and I'll post it for the next show. And also, what do you think this show should be called? Okay, what do you think? Leave a comment and let me know. All right, y'all? Well, listen, that's the first show. I got to hit the road. I'm actually on my way to Orlando. I'm going to be there for an entire week. I'm speaking at a conference this weekend, so I'm looking forward to that. All right, you guys. Well, God bless you all, and I pray that your day is full of peace, prosperity, happiness, and everything in between. Deuces. Bye, y'all.